Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Thursday, May 20th, 2021. We're in the final hour of the trading day. Final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make my buying and selling decisions. I say this because during the day, you have the algorithms, you have the day traders. They are in control of the price during intraday, during the day. At the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they take control away from the day traders and the algorithm. I consider them to be the smartest money on the street to follow because, for one, they're dealing with the most money. Two, they have very smart people, best information, best technology, best research, and they take control away from the day traders and the algorithms, and they move it to what I consider the most valid price to make your buying and selling decisions from. So that is why I am primarily an end of day trader. So thank you all for coming today. It's nice to see everyone. I appreciate you coming here. I appreciate you spending time. I hope the time that you're investing here is helping you become a better trader and a better investor. So, all right, currently, we're having a big day today. Currently, the Dow is up 236 points, up 0.7%. The NASDAQ having a really big day, up 238 points, up 1.79%. And the S&P is up 47 points, up 1.16% after yesterday's sell-off and recovery. So it's nice to have some green on the board. So this is the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I'm going to manage them going forward. I did have a couple good day trades today on VXX, and I will share those with you when we get to those. After that, we're going to go over to the board, and we're going to see how my students' positions are doing. I'm looking over there right now. That looks really, really green. So that will be fun. We'll go through each one, see how everyone's doing. After that, we're going to talk about trader psychology. Most important part of the show, in my opinion, getting away from the charts, talking about what really matters. And what really matters is what goes on between your ears, following your plan, not becoming destabilized because of certain losses or certain gains. Just staying in that happy place, everybody, where you make good decisions. And so you need to calibrate how much you're trading, what you're trading, position size, so that you can trade and you have the potential to make some nice potential profits, but that the position sizes are not so large that they're going to get you off of your trading plan. So stick to your trading plan is what I'm saying. Right? All right. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal Scanner. I have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First requirement, confluence, combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Second requirement, must have a good risk to reward ratio. It's very important, everybody. You need to be able to make more to the upside than you are losing to the downside to make the math work to become a profitable trader. And then number 3, make sure that you have a solid, comprehensive trade plan whenever you hit the buy button, right? It's easy to hit the buy button. Anyone can do it, but do you have a full plan? And what's a full plan? Analyzing the market's volatility, understanding what a proper maximum allowed loss would be percentage-wise based upon your capital. Position sizing based upon the volatility. Do you have an emergency stop? Do you have an end-of-day stop? Do you know where your intraday profit targets are going to be? Do you know where overhead resistance levels are going to be? Do you have a trailing stop plan in place so that if you do have a profitable trade, you don't give it all back? That's what you need. That's part of a complete trading plan. And so I have one of those on every single trade that I place. And in my opinion, you should too. All right. So like I said, I've gone down through my list. I've gone down through Kamal's, the results of Kamal Scanner. I have identified some good end of day potential candidates. And as we get closer to the day, closer to the close, I will go through each one and try to narrow it down just the very, very best possible trade before the market closes. And then after the market closes, if anybody has any questions for me, feel free to let me know. Feel free to ask. If there's anything you need clarification on, just let me know. I'm happy to do it. If there's any stock symbols that you would like me to look at before the close of the day, put them in the chat, put an emoji by it so that I know it's time sensitive, and I will do my best to get to it before the end of the day. And then lastly, at the end of the day, if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me that they would like me to update on the board, if you could please wait till the end of the day so I'm done trading, I'm done teaching, and I will do my very best, and I'll do my very best. I will do my very best, and I will get them all taken care of before we close out the podcast. All right, so hang tight. I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I'll be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. Okie dokie, Smokey. Let's see who is here today. All right, first on deck, we have Lova. Good to see you, Lova. Hope you're having a nice day. Tracy is here. Good to see you, Tracy. If Paxton's around, please tell him hi. Quad says, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Thursday. Good to see you, Quad. Thanks for saying hello today. Steve Burns is here. Thank you, Steve. Always an honor, always a privilege to have you here. And thank you for everything that you do for this channel. I appreciate it, and I know everyone else does as well. Kamal is here. Also, Kamal, thank you for everything that you do for this channel with your scanner and your input. Appreciate that. Appreciate your friendship. Jonathan is here. Hi, Jonathan. Good to see you. Hope you are having a nice evening in Ireland. Jonathan says good afternoon, or good evening, Greg and group. Tony is here. Good to see you, Tony. Glad to see you coming back. Anything I can help you with, you let me know, okay? Lova has some analysis for us. Let's check it out. Amgen, huh? This kind of inside joke with a friend and I. We've never been able to make one profitable trade on Amgen. Every time I see this. Doesn't mean we can't. There's a first time for everything. Broke through 50 SMA. Yes. 50 RSI. Yes. Made a V2. It is a V2 today for sure. Still in the value zone, so maybe it's not too chasey. Weekly has a false breakout with the V1. Yeah, it does, but not really the lows, just the previous bar kind of making it just, so basically not a false breakout, just a V1. Would I take that? I don't like that it's rejected the previous highs up here, and it's already rejected the -1 ATR channel. MACD is positive. I mean, I can certainly make a case for this for sure. You could make a case for it. But I don't like that it's rejected these previous highs and this 1 ATR channel. So that's my honest opinion on that one. DHR, Danner Corporation. False breakout, let's see. Sideways motion, yes. V2, yes. It is closing price stayed above 50 RSI, yes. And it made a 520 cross today. Yes, it did. Let's take a look at the weekly and see what the weekly tells us. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, we rallied up strong. We had a bit of a normal pullback. We bounced off the 10. We are over the 5. Yeah, I mean, let's take a look here. So from here to here is my stop about 2.83%. Increased volume, that is good as well. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I honestly do. I think it looks pretty good. It has everything you need there to be a legitimate to be a legitimate trade. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I'm a little concerned about, can it move up twice this to the upside? That's my biggest concern. Lova says, I like DHR better because of how quickly it didn't like its 5 EMA below its 20 EMA. That's true. Very good. It went under and went right over very quick. Jonathan says, Google has a 520 cross, Etsy 200 crossover. Yes, you are right, Jonathan. I have both of those on my watch list, so we'll look at those. But good analysis. Frank is here. Hello, Greg and Group. Good to see you, Frank. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Thank you for your poems every day. I appreciate it. Everyone else does. Johnson is here. Hi, Greg. Hello, everybody. Hello, Johnson. Nice to see you. Hope you are having a good day wherever you are, or evening. Lilia is here. Hello, Lilia. Good to see you. Hi, Greg and Group. Good to see you, Lil. And good chatting with you earlier. Okay. Well, should we get to it? Let's get to it. Here is Apple. I did buy Apple back here on the 12th with an intraday deep dip buy rejection of the 200-day moving average, 122.60. Moved up nicely, took some profits, moved 1.5 ATRs from my trailing, from my entry. Therefore, I went into trailing stop mode. Here, I sold half. Yesterday, we went down intraday under the 200, closed back above, and having a beautiful day today. 2 profit targets, one at 125.98, one at 127.27. We're up 2.29% on this, and definitely up on the trade. So entry to current price, 3.86%. So really good trade there. Weekly, of course, you know about this trade. This is a weekly trade that Gary and I took. Return to value on the weekly, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, V2, under 50, over 50. Bought this at 43.96. 3 weeks later, it went above the 50, closed below. I sold half here as a precautionary measure. Then we have another leg up here. Did hit one profit target this week at 54.06. Currently, this particular trade up 16.25% from entry to current price. Amazon. All right, Tracy, Paxton, David, Johnson, and I did buy Amazon. They close under, close over the 200 at 32.2691. Moved up, took some profits yesterday, dipped below the 200, tested it, closed back above. It is up 0.4% today, a little under 0.5%. And this particular trade is up 0.62% so far on this particular trade. MSTR. All right, so Gary, Tracy, Lilia, and I did buy MicroStrategies yesterday with the confluence of signals of the under 30, over 30, intraday rejection of the 200. Bought it at 454.92. It is up 3.33%. It was up 8% earlier. Did hit 2 profit targets at 474.48 and another one right at the top, 492.83. So far this trade has worked out really well, and like I say, it's up 3.33% on the trade. PKI is a nice trade for David and I. We took this with a higher low, bullish engulfing bar, V1, rejection to the -1 ATR channel, 520 crossover. Bought it here at 141.02. It's currently 147.69. This particular trade so far, from entry to current price, is up 4.55%. SPY, of course, I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I sell it first thing the next morning. That's why it's called the overnight SPY trade. Did buy this at the close yesterday at 410.86. Sold it for a profit this morning, 411.77. So not quite $1, but I will take it, and I will be buying this as normal here at the close. UNG monthly trade, along with David, Paxton, and Tracy. I bought it at 10.52. It's 10.54, so it's up 2 cents on the trade. This is a longer term trade because it's monthly bars, up 0.29% so far on the trade. And then Twitter, Miko, Gary, David, Tracy, Paxton, Kamal, and I did buy Twitter with the close under, close back over the 200-day moving average. 52.58 was my entry. Next day moved up nicely, took some profits. Yesterday, again, below the 200-day, closed above. Today, it's up 3.59%, and I did hit one profit target at 54.12. So really great, wonderful day. VIX. Had 2 day trades on VIX today, both really good ones. This is your basic under 30, over 30 variety. I did buy this at 40.62. 3 bars later, had a big up move. I sold half at 40.96, so that was a nice trade, 40.62 to 40.96. It moved 1.5 ATRs for my entry. Then it gave it all back, came back to my entry point. When it gets back to my entry point, and I've moved 1.5 ATRs from entry, I just sell it at break even. So half I broke even on, the other half I made from 40.62 up to 40.96. And that's not all for VIX. I did have one more trade later in the day here, and it was a super one, actually. Again, same thing, under 30, over 30, this time with the V1. Bought it at 40.34, moved up 3 bars. I sold half 40.53, kept moving up 40.70, had another one here. I felt like this was enough, and I went ahead and sold it 40.98. So I bought at 40.34, out at 40.53, out at 40.70, out at 40.98. And then it went racing up without me, and I was like, I guess I sold too soon. But not really, now that we look at what's happening, and we've really sold off here in the VIX. All right. All right, Nick is here. ARRY, 12.5 calls for October. Here we go. All right. Ray Technologies. So I can see buying calls here. I like the sideways motion. I like that we've stopped going down. That's good. What's your strike price? 1250 calls for October. Oh, okay. You have 1250 calls. And so you bought in the money calls. Yeah, I could see this taking off from here. I like the sideways motion. I like that we stopped going down, that we based, and now we're moving up. So good luck on those, Nick. Yuvar is here. Hello, everyone. Hello, Yuvar. Nice to see you, my friend. David is here. Good to see you, David. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Steve says, NVIDIA has a 1050 EMA crossover today after a gap up and broke all key moving averages. All right. Let's put NVDA on the list. $10.50 EMA. My 10 is 571.69. Or 571.71, and yes, 571.57. So yes, you are correct. That looks pretty good. So let me do a little math on this. All right, good. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate that. Kuda, good to see you, my friend. Hope you are doing well, sir. Dan gives a peace sign. Good to see you, Dan. Gary says, hello, Greg and group. Greg, thanks for asking each day about my son. His hand is healing nicely so far. Well, that's great to hear. That is great to hear. And please give him my best, would you? And hope you're doing well too, Gary. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at everybody's positions. Start off with snow, S-N-O-W. Steve Burns took snow yesterday with the 520 crossover. He bought it here at 227.65. It's currently 228.97, so it is up on the day and it is up on the trade. Fastly, Lilia took a half position on Fastly a couple days ago at 43.70. It is currently 43.91, so it is up today and up on the trade. Shopify, Kamal has had a monster. Does it surprise anybody? It should not surprise anybody because Kamal really trades this stock well. He bought Shopify at 10.78. It is 12.10.37. This trade is obviously up on the day, and Kamal is up 10.98% on this trade. Congratulations, Kamal. CNI, I have Kamal still in Canadian National Railroad with the double bottom, bullish divergence, close back over the 200, not under 30, over 30, but close back over the 200 in the V1. Bought it at 108.53. It's currently 106.42. It is up a penny today, but it is down on the trade. Sony, Steve, nice trade for Steve on Sony at 95.19. It is now 97.06, up 1.84% today. So nicely up on the day and nicely up on the trade. IBB is another Steve trade that Steve took with the under 200, over 200, bought at 149.59. It's currently 152.17, so up 2.02% on the day and up about 1.7% on the trade. PCAR on the weekly. David took PCAR on the weekly with the false breakout, the downside V2, bought it at 94.51. It's currently 91.20, so this one is down on the trade and down on the day as well. Dash, Steve took DoorDash yesterday with the 520 EMA crossover. He bought it at 139.80. It's currently 137.10. It is down today, and it is down on the trade as well. Pins having a nice day. Steve took Pins with the under 30, over 30, bought it at 58.01. It's currently 61.03, up 4.11% today. What a nice trade. And this trade entry to exits up about 4.91. So way to go, Steve. RBLX. Steve bought RBLX with the 520 crossover at 75.93. It's 75.40. It is up on the day, but it looks like it's a little down on the trade. ELY, Frank. This has been a nice trade. Frank bought this back at 27.75. It's 34.04. It is down 2 cents on the day. He did sell half here, took half profits here. The rest kept moving up. This trade for Frank up 18.65%. Wow. Boeing is Kamal. Beautiful trade on Boeing yesterday at 221.10. It's 227.96. It's up 1.57% on the day, and it is up over 3% on the trade. AB&B, Kamal bought AB&B at 134.90. It's currently 136.97. It's a little down on the day, but it's still up on the trade. Oh, I have DoorDash here twice. Uber, Gary bought Uber at 48.20. It's now 49.60. So Gary's up on the trade, and Paxton and Tracy had a nice trade at 47.40. It's currently 49.60. So both Tracy, Paxton, and then also Gary are up on the day and up on the trade. And last but not least is DT. Another beautiful trade from the new famous trading duo of Tracy and Paxton. Nice intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average. They bought it at 44.50. It's 49. It's up 4.14%, and it is up 9.24%. Have you seen these trades, Tracy and Paxton, lately? This is fantastic. This is fantastic, really is. Frank has a poem for us. Let us read it. You know it's going to be good. All right, here we go. A company may be great and meet every need, but if its stock won't grow, it's just a weed. Traders shrug, move on and concede. Some stocks ain't happy unless they make your account bleed. Isn't that true? Not every stock goes up, and some stock goes in favor and goes out of favor. It's also true. Let's read it again. A company may be great and meet every need, but if its stock won't grow, it's just a weed. Traders shrug, move on and concede. Some stocks ain't happy unless they make your account bleed. Wow. So great, Frank. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that as always. For an ad, I guess you could, Kamal. I mean, I guess you could. We're getting close to a crossover. Looks like it's a V2. I think the question there for you is where your stop going to be. Is it going to be the 100 or is it going to be halfway the washout bar of yesterday? Let's look at the week real quick. Yeah, week's right there in the value zone. Yeah, let me know what you do. CNI you sold yesterday. Yeah, I was kind of surprised. I kind of thought that was the case, but I didn't hear. Gary says, nice shop trade, Kamal. Steve has a VRM 520 crossover. Yes. Let me do some numbers on that. All right. Thank you for that, Steve. And when I go through the watch list, or when I go through these potentials, we'll take a closer look at it. Enigma says, hello, I'm on a forced vacation. Hoping everyone is doing well. Hope you are doing well too, Enigma. Thanks for taking the time to say hi, though. Hope you're doing well. Dan says, thumbs up for Frank. I agree. Love says, great, Kamal. I should learn that Kamal buying shop is a reliable indicator. It's pretty dang reliable. That is for sure. Okay. Let's take a look over here, do a little trader psychology. This is from Julian Komar on Twitter, at blog Julian Komar. This is a great channel. Julian is a professional trader that lives in Germany, has a great channel. He posts great information. Please go and give him some support. Read his post. I think they will be helpful for you. They are for me. So let's read this. For successful trading, you need. Hey, it's going to tell you right here. Number one, trading strategy with an edge. Of course, you need a trading strategy that's not just random, that has an edge, that has shown to be thoroughly back tested and profitable over time. You need that. Let's start on that. Two, clear defined rules for entry, exit, position management. That's what I'm talking about. We need clear rules, if-then statements. If this happens, then I do that. If that happens, then I do this. Because if you're just sitting there shooting from the hip, deciding whether, just making impulsive decisions, it's not going to work out. You need clear, well thought out rules for when you exit, when you enter, when you exit, position size, all that kind of stuff. You need clear defined rules. If-then statements. If this happens, then I'm going to do that. If that happens, then I'm going to do this. Sound risk management principles. Well, that's when I talk about, analyzing volatility, position sizing correctly, risk to reward. These are all risk management principles. Daily trading routine. Well, I have one. I get up, apple cider vinegar, have my coffee, put on my Bjorn Borg headband and wristband before I sit down to trade. No, I don't really do that. But if if you're lucky, Bjorn Borg headband is part of your trading routine, then do it. But yeah, I like a routine. Very a routine that is the same every day. It's important for me how I turn my computers on, what I do, how I write stuff down. They're intangibles, but I think they're important. Trading journal, very good. Journals are good to have in life anyway, but when you get done with your trading, write down your feelings, what you did right, what you did wrong, reread that, and I think it will help you find some possible repetitive cycles that you're going through. It's just a good idea to have a trading journal and to go back in time and read. And I think you'll find out some things about yourself. Post analysis of all trades. How many of you do post analysis? We're always looking pre-analysis, but post, it's important, right? If it didn't work out, look at the charts. See, maybe it doesn't mean that you can have a great trade that doesn't work out, but it doesn't mean that when you're done with the trade, if you had a losing trade, if you really look, you might go, oh, it was too chasey, or oh, there was a lot of overhead resistance, or oh, the risk to reward wasn't good. So yeah, we always talk about analysis of trades, but take a look at post analysis, and I think you'll learn something. And number 7, process to learn from past trades. I mean, at the beginning of this year, I said, okay, I made a commitment to myself that I was going to be more aware and persnickety with risk to reward. And it's worked out great. I've had a wonderful trading year this year, like really great, really fantastic. And when I would look at my past trades, I would find that the ones that I was chasey on were the ones that hurt me the most. Right. So yes, I mean, this kind of goes back to 6, post analysis of all trades, but go back, look at your trades, see if you can find some cycles that you go through where you're like, I've had that trade before, and this one was a losing trade, that one was a losing trade, this one. Look back and see. I bet really what it comes down to, there weren't as many confluence of indicators, and probably your risk to reward wasn't so good. So thank you, Julian. Appreciate that. Again, Julian is at blog Julian Komar over on Twitter. All right, let's take a quick gander. All right, before we start looking at new stuff, my Apple trade's doing great. 2 profit targets today. Fantastic. That's a keeper. AGQ up a little bit on the day, barely, but up nicely. This is a weekly trade. Nothing to change there. Amazon doing fine. Up on the day, up on the trade, holding the 200-day moving average. MSTR up 3.97% today for Gary, Tracy, Lilia, and myself. So this one's doing fine. My end of day stop will be 200. I don't see anything I have to do here. PKI is a monster today for me. It's up 3.51% on the day. Did hit one profit target here at 148. And then David has this as well. But great. We're right there at the 1ATR channel. But glad that I hit a profit target. It's always satisfying to hit a profit target on the weekly because it's so far up. So took some chips off the table. SPY, of course, I'm buying the SPY. This was a little overnight SPY gain, but I'll be buying the SPY today at the close. UNG on the weekly, slightly up, about 0.5% so far. On the monthly, nothing to change there. And Twitter is the real champion today for Miko, Gary, David, Tracy, Paxton, Kamal, and myself, up 3.37%. Nice, strong MACD's closing over the 200-day moving average. So this is a nice trade. So I don't see any changes with any of my positions here whatsoever. Johnson says PDD above 200, 51 RSI, value zone, MACD is positive. I do not know how to pronounce that. Pindodo? Duo. Has earnings. Was earnings today? Were earnings today, Johnson? I wouldn't want to get involved with them if they were after hours, certainly, right? So you'd want to verify that earnings were this morning. Then it would be, for me at least, allowed to buy. But yeah, I mean, under 50, over 50, under the 200, over the 200, some increased volume. On the weekly, we rejected the 50 EMA. So yeah, I mean, it gives a good risk to reward ratio. It has moved a whole lot off the bottom already. That's one thing that concerns me, but just make sure earnings are not going to surprise you after the bell today and that confirm that they were this morning. Johnson says weekly above 50 SMA. Yes. Yep. That's true. Bitcoin. Should we take a look at Bitcoin, everybody? Well, 200 was the line in the sand, wasn't it? It really was the line in the sand. It came down, respected it. It's holding above here. Would I buy Bitcoin here? No, I wouldn't. Risk to reward still not good. If it came back down and tested, I'd feel a lot better and it would give me a better risk to reward ratio. All right, here we go. Disney. Disney has a lot of things going on here. An under 30, over 30. We have a V2, day 1, 2, and 3. Day 2 washes out day 1, day 3 above day 1's close. We have a false breakout to the downside from the low of this range. So false breakout, under 30, over 30, V2, and an under the negative third, over the negative third. It's up 1.36% today. So we're right at the 5 EMA. That is a bit, wait, Kamal just sent me something. ASML, does test positive. Oh yeah, Lilia wanted to know that. So there you go, Lilia. ASML does test positive. But Walt Disney, it's right here at the 5 EMA. There's not a lot of increased volume. If we look at the weekly, we still have the -1 ATR channel over us as resistance with a big old bar coming down. Doesn't mean it can't go higher than that. The risk to reward on the daily is good. I think I'm just going to let this one go, everybody, because of the weekly. I don't like the -1 channel above. If we were over it and it was support, that would be different. So based upon that, I am going to pass on Disney. Google, 520 crossover. This does backtest well. It is in the value zone. Let's look over at the weekly. Weekly is holding the 5 EMA. It's a little high for me at the second ATR channel on the weekly. That is a bit concerning. But here's the thing. I have Apple, I have Amazon, and I have Twitter. I talk to everyone about correlation. I'm just going to pass. If I didn't have those other positions, yeah, I would take this. I would take Google with the 520 crossover, but then I would have 4 tech stocks, right? And I would be breaking my rules. So I would have to get rid of Apple, get rid of, one of them if I wanted to take this on. But I'm happy with the Apple and the Amazon and the Twitter, but I just, it doesn't make any sense for me just to add some more tech here. So this is a good quality back-tested approach with 520, but I'm going to skip just because I don't want the correlation. CTSH, Cognizant Technology Solutions. Under 30, over 30, under the -3rd channel, over the -3rd channel, under the 250 EMA, over the 250 EMA. Good risk to reward ratio here, 3282. Let's look at the weekly. All right, so weekly we have the 50 EMA above us as resistance. See it? So on the weekly, it's going to have to overcome that 50 SMA above it as resistance. So for that reason, I like it on the daily, but I don't really like it on the weekly because the weekly traders probably are going to sell into that at that level. So I'm going to pass on that one as well. Etsy looks pretty good. Higher low, V2 closed back above the 200 and back into the value zone. MACD looks like it went positive today. Let's look at the weekly. So the weekly got pegged, stuck right at the -1 ATR channel. It got right there and it wasn't able to go higher. So, I take my clues from the weekly. And again, if this was above the -1 ATR channel, I'd feel a lot better about it. But again, Etsy, I just consider, similar to Amazon, and I already have Amazon. So it's the same thing with Google. I'm not going to add Etsy because the same reason that I didn't buy Google, because I already have 3 tech stocks. APPN, under 30, over 30, maybe. It's 30.12. We're over the -1, over the -3rd ATR channel. On the weekly, I like the weekly a lot. Can you tell why I do? Because of the rejection of the 200-day moving average 2 weeks in a row. So for 2 weeks, it held this level. So on the larger time frame, it's holding support. On the shorter time frame, under 30, over 30, at least for now. We'll have to see what happens at the end of the day. But right now, APPN is probably my favorite. KMX, under 30, over 30. We're right at the -3rd ATR channel, maybe above it, which is good. Weekly rejected the -1 ATR channel. That makes sense. So CarMax is pretty good too. XLRE, V2, higher low V2, that's pretty strong. 58 RSI. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly's way up. It's just too high for me up here between the 2nd and the 3rd ATR channel. So for that reason, I'm going to let XLRE go. NVIDIA. So this is a chip company. Looks like we have earnings out here, 526. Is the 1050 still in play? 571.35, 571.49. So now it is untriggered. So that one is not valid at the moment. VRM with the 520 crossover for Steve. This looks pretty good here in the value zone. I don't like the 200-day moving average above. Let's look at the weekly. Nice V2 on the weekly. Does have room to move, maybe up another 3 points on the weekly bar. I don't like V formations like this. I would actually, on this one, I'd rather wait for a pullback, look for a rejection of the -1 ATR channel and higher low V1, V2. So let's keep on going. BMRN. Does it have the 5? No, it does not have the crossover yet here. We were just talking about that. Lilia brought that up. It is a higher low V2. 371,000 shares. That's a little low for me. V2 on the weekly, so that makes sense. This one could make sense. MACD crossover, higher low. Yeah, that one's not too bad at all. VRTX has a 520 crossover and a V2. MACD is positive. I don't like that it rejected the 100 and the -1 ATR channels. Let that one go. Here's Ping. See, here's the thing. I was talking with somebody about this earlier. I like this a lot. This is a higher low V2 520 crossover from consolidation, MACD crossover. But there's only 275,000 shares, and it's a $23 stock. If I look at the weekly, lots of nice consolidation. That all looks really good. We're over the 1 ATR channel. I would probably take this trade in a minute if there were more shares than 275,000. ILMN, Illumina. Looks like very close to a 520 crossover. Not quite there yet, though. SHW, earlier in the day it was a V2 and a false breakout to the downside, but no sideways motion. And IBB, I have this one on here. Steve has this already. I think they were looking for a 520 cross on that one. So, give me a second here. AAPN and BMRN. And these aren't the only ones I like. I like Google. I like a bunch of the other ones. But again, because of correlation, I'm just not going to buy them. I hope that makes sense to everybody. All right. Hold on one sec. I have to go take care of something. Give me about 45 seconds. I will be back. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with APPN. I like it. I like the sideways motion. I like that we're holding the negative third ATR channel, and I really like the weekly down here. So that is what I am going to do. Steve says, no new positions here for me, as I am at max out positions until I get stopped out of something or I get an index signal for my IRA. Okay, good. That's Steve following his rules. You know, he has a maximum amount of account heat. I believe it's 60%. I think it goes to 70% if one of them is a metal, if I'm not mistaken, Steve. But there you go. Steve has a trading plan, not only for exits, entries, but also for account heat, which is very important, you know? So I'm glad to hear that. All right, so looks like we're selling off a little bit here. Do I feel like that's a little chasey? I'm kind of talking myself into BioMarin, which is never a good sign, although I really do like the weekly too. We have a higher low V2 on the daily, under 50, over 50, not a lot of volume. I think I'm going to just stick with my APPN. Doesn't look very exciting, but I like that it's holding MACD. We could get a MACD crossover that could bring in some buyers. Again, it's under 30, over 30. It's at 30.12 right now. If it closes under 30, I wouldn't buy it. So just want to make that clear. All right. Yeah, I know, Johnson. Thank you. I did look it up earlier, but it's a little outside of the realm of the big, the big bigs like the Fang stocks. Yeah, it's like cloud computing. Yeah. But I'm not sure I'm even going to buy it. We're going to see. Right now it's at 30.12. So we'll see if it hangs in there. I'm going to wait till the very end. But yes, you are right. Technically it is a tech stock. I guess I should have been a little more clear and just I didn't want to add more Fang stocks. All right, so we have about 7 minutes. I'm just hanging out, waiting to see what APPN is going to do. Nice day, though. All right, would anybody like to look at anything particular? We do have about 6 minutes. Let's look at the indexes. Well, Qs, nice big strong move. Key level to watch on the Qs is 50 right now. It's at 50.68. If it can close above the 50 and the 50 RSI and the 50 SMA, that would be a good sign. SPY, nice higher low V2 is closing above the 50. That is also a good sign. And under 50 over 50. Gary wants to look at Beyond Meat. Well, it looks like it's an under 30 over 30, Gary. Weekly is bouncing off the -2 ATR channel. It's rejected the 10-day. We narrowed, and kind of broke out of there. So that's a bit of a good sign. But, technically, yeah, we were winding up here in consolidation. We kind of broke out from this trend line here on increased volume. Yeah, makes sense. Tracy says, please look at BA again. Well, it looks like it's losing the 100-day moving average. Yeah, it is below because that's 227.83. Is it a V2 close 227.55, 227.82? It's a higher low V2. It's a higher low V2. So technically it is okay. Can it move up to here? Does it have a 2-to-1 potential move? I'd like it better if MACD were positive. That's my honest opinion there. And great, my streaming went out. All right. All right. Everybody wish me luck. Let's hope it comes back on. Otherwise, I'm going to have to rely on everyone for this APPN trade. Hey, it's back. Oh, thank goodness. All right. So I think AT&T, APPN, I am going to buy APPN. All right, I'm just going to buy it right here. I'm done. Okay. That's that. Couple minutes to go. What a day. It's a great day. All right, exactly 1 minute to go. About 30 seconds. So it looks like the Qs are off their high. S&P is off their high. Amazon definitely off its high, but no changes today on any of these positions. And I am buying the overnight SPY trade, and I did also buy APPN as well. All right. Well, that is the close of the day. All right. Where did I buy? All right. APPN at 83.84. SPY at 415.28. There were no other changes. So overnight SPY trade for 415.28. Okay, and then APPN 83.84. All right, there we go. So that one's in the money a little bit. So Listen, if any of my students have any new entries or exits they would like me to update on the board today, this would be the time. Just go ahead, put them in the live stream, and we'll take as much time as we need to get them all straightened out. Just want to remind everybody that I teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I teach a 15-hour course. I love to teach. I believe I'm really good at it. I've had really good success with my students. One-on-one is the best way to learn really anything, having a coach, right? But, this is an extensive course. I walk you through it for the 15 hours. I walk you through all 5 of the different approaches that I use. I'll show you step by step how to use them. If you take this course, I know you're going to be a better trader. I have no doubt about it in my mind whatsoever. I've always had my students come back and say, Greg, I'm just so glad I made the decision to take this course. So if you've been thinking about it, the cost is $1,750. It's worth every penny for the one-on-one attention that you get and the experience that I'm going to teach you of my 25 years of trading. And so if you're interested, please send me an email. The email is in the description of this video. Just say, Greg, potentially interested in taking your one-on-one course. I will get back to you. Say, great, let's set up a Skype call. Skype call is free. I just want to learn more about you and your trading challenges, goals, and what you're hoping to achieve from taking the course. And then it's a good time for you to ask me questions about the course as well. And then after that Skype call, think about it. If you decide you want to go ahead and do it, just write me back. We'll get it scheduled and away we'll go. Number 2, I do have an online course. It's a less expensive option than the one-on-one. Of course, the one-on-one's better, like it always is, but I do have a secondary option up on udemy.com where I teach you the deep dip buy stock trading strategy. The link is in the description. Just click on it. It's only like $12 or $15, and it'll be the best $12 or $15 that you ever spend. It will give you a really good foundation to trading. Just that one course will give you a good foundation for trading in general. So links in the description. And then number 3, if you like today's podcast, I really would appreciate it if you could just take half a second, hit that thumbs up button. It helps to build the channel, keep the channel around, and lets YouTube know that there's some valuable content here, so they will continue to share the channel. So if you found something helpful today, all I would ask is that if you could hit the thumbs up button before you get on with your day. Okay, let's see. Oh, Gary did go with Beyond Meat. Okay. All right, Gary, and a half position. That sounds good to me. That sounds reasonable. 107.52. Hey, you're up a penny. All right, got you down there, Gary. Lily is also an 8 ppn. Okay, Lily, got you there. Good luck to you and I on that. And a half of ASML. Yeah, I like the half there. David is an APPN. Kind of a strange little trade here. Doesn't look like much, right? But again, I like that weekly a lot. Doesn't mean it's going to hold. Of course, we all know that, right? Jonathan is also an APPN. Okay, got you there. And Etsy. Makes sense. I like that. Okay, good luck on those, Jonathan. Kamal says, thank you, Greg. No trades today. Okay, so no ad on Boeing. Where did Boeing finish? Close 227.55. So it did trigger. It's a valid V2, but it did reject the 100-day. And you already have it, right? Let's see what's going on after hours here. Apple, unchanged. Amazon, unchanged. APPN, unchanged. Looks like everything's unchanged. SPY, down a penny. Okay. All right. It's that time, everybody. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction, by Martin Kornfeld. Do we want the world to go in the right direction? We do. If we did one random act of kindness daily, would the world go in the right direction? Probably. Certainly wouldn't hurt, right? So, you know, I mention this every day, but let's go out, do one nice thing for another human being. Let's go out, do one nice thing for another animal. It will make the animal feel good. It will make you feel good, make the human feel good. It's just a win-win all around. So let's try to make that a habit, and maybe one day when you need it, somebody will be there and do a nice kindness for you as well. Gary says BA is toying with me, Kamal. I'm up approximately 85% of the trade now, and it expires tomorrow. Hopefully it will not give back 8 points. Ah, you're good. I'll bet you're golden, Gary. You never know. You're gonna have to be vigilant about it, but yeah, that's tough when you have that much premium and just one more day you get another 15%, but you're putting yourself out there for the risk as well. All right, so Gary bought a half Beyond Meat, Lilia, APPN, and a half of ASML. David bought APPN, Jonathan APPN, and Etsy, and no new trades for Steve because he's at his max position size. All right, well, good day today. Good, solid green day. I'm always happy for that. If anyone has any other questions, please let me know. It's a beautiful day here in Utah. I am going to head out and go for a hike as per usual, but it's been nice for me because it's been warm and I don't have to wear all my jackets and all that garbage. All right. Okay, well, I think that's it, everybody. I appreciate you coming today. I really do. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Be good, be safe, drive safe. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day of the trading week. Thanks again, everybody. Take care now. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and Forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.